Before we get into the video, I encourage you to grab a pen and paper, write these 4 things down, rehearse them over and over again. Don't just skip through the video. I promise you it will save you money. I've been trading for a little over 3 years now, and I can tell you that I've won a lot of money, but I've also lost a lot of money. And in this video, I'm going to share the tips that would have saved me so much time, money, and effort. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is psychology and emotions, specifically becoming detached, right? Becoming detached is the feeling that no matter what happens on the charts, you are fine. You don't need to win that trade. You don't need to lose that trade. And that is kind of the state of mind that I have put myself in. And the reason this is so important is because you're not putting pressure on yourself to perform. It does not matter if you hit 5 trades in a row or you lose 5 trades in a row. I'm simply trading the charts. I'm following my rules and letting the outcomes and the percentages play itself out. And that is very important. To add on to this point, I think having a side job, some sort of income coming in is very, very helpful to keep that stress off. I think that if you are relying on stock trading to pay for the bills, it can mess up, emotionally. It can mess your trading up. You're going to tell yourself, I need this to win. I need this trade to make me $3,000 to pay the bills. And that's just not, you can't force the market. That's not going to work. For my case, I had side income coming in where the months I was doing really poorly, it didn't matter, right? Because I still had money coming in, and I understand that's not the same for everybody, but I would suggest having a side job, having a main job, having savings in your bank account where the world is not going to come crashing down if you don't perform. So the second point I want to bring up is think about only trading one account, right? Obviously, I always preach prop firms and copy traders and how much money and potential there is out there, but people can get overwhelmed. People can look at their P&L, they can see they're up $500 times 20 accounts and get really overwhelmed by that number. And for me, I treat it like one account. I don't look at my P&L during trades. I don't look at my P&L when I'm trying to trim. I simply have my master account open on my broker. I execute. I treat it as one account, and that just helps me emotionally because in the background, there are thousands of dollars being swung in the balance, but in real time, it only looks like I'm trading one account. Tip number 3 is don't scale up too quickly. I have a few people I talk to where they would come to me and they would say, I'm having problems executing. I hesitate. I get emotional. I don't take the right setup, even though I know it's a good setup, or I'll take a wrong setup and force it. What's wrong? And I'll ask them and I'll say, how many payouts have you gotten? What's your history of profitability? And they'll tell me nothing. I haven't gotten a payout yet. And then I'll ask them, how many prop firm accounts are you trading? And one guy ended up telling me, I'm trading 20 funded accounts. And instantly I'm like, that is your problem right there. You have had no payouts ever, and you are trying to trade 20 funded accounts, which can potentially make you $40,000 within 10 trading days. Obviously, any normal person is going to feel the pressure of that. So I always preach, when you're trying to get your first payout, get it on one account. Then you can use that money, scale up to 3, scale up to 5, and progressively work your way up. Last but not least, my final tip would just be knowing your edge and being confident. A lot of people, they're hesitant to take trades and they don't know what's a good setup and what's not set up. And sometimes when someone's in a setup, they're nervous that it's going to fail. And for me, I have back tested and forward tested my strategy so much, and I have seen it work so many times that when I have my confluences all in order and everything is aligning, I am almost delusional when it comes to confidence that, okay, everything's aligning. I'm going to risk this money. I'm going to be okay no matter what the result of this trade, because I know I have an edge. And over time, if I let this play out, I will be profitable in the long term. So I just think that's very important for confidence. You need to trust your model. You need to know the win percentages, and you just need to make it as mechanical as possible, and you will be green in the end. And those are the tips I have for you guys today, man. I think that psychology and emotions are a really, really big part of trading. And no matter what model you trade, whether you trade ICT, patterns, trend lines, anything, you're always going to run into psychology at the end of the day. So psychology is one half of the battle. Your trading model is the other half. But these are the tips that helped me very early on to go from a negative trader, actually losing money, to then a break-even trader, and now finally making 5 figures a month. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, let me know what you'd like to see in the future, and I'll see you on the next one.